In our society today, being able to judge between things or to be able to critically think are important skills to have. They help us decide between decisions that we have to make, and hopefully they help us improve our overall posture in how we go about our lives. With that said, when we apply judgment or critical thinking on others, and sometimes even ourselves, it's not always the best. This can lead us to become very prideful or look down on others. Let's take a moment to think about a time in this week that we've been a little bit too judgmental, either on others or ourselves. What led to us having those thoughts? And how did those thoughts impact our interactions after? Picture this. You're about to head out for work, you got all your stuff ready, and just as you make your way out the door, someone in your family, whether a sibling, your parent, your spouse, says to you, "You're really gonna go out like that? You're gonna wear those clothes? You're not gonna change?" Fast forward a little bit, and you're in your car, and you're driving. You're driving, and you're about to make a left turn. You make your left turn, and as you turn into the lane to your left, you see that the person that is in the right lane kind of gives you a dirty look for the way you made your left turn. Now you arrive at work and you take out what you have to do for the day. You start working on it, and a coworker comes around and says, you really should work a little faster. You're really slow in your work, and that's not helpful. And so you do what you can to be a little bit faster. You ignore some of the steps that you usually take as precautions, and instead you just do the work and you focus on finishing the task. A few hours later, your coworker comes and assesses the work that you've done. After looking through it, they say, "You can't submit this. This is not good work. Please go back and do it again." After a long day of work and being frustrated at many different things, you head home and you get ready to wind down. You have your dinner, you take your shower, and you're well into your evening. You look at the clock and you find yourself thinking, you really need to sleep earlier. This is not good. Why can't you have a better rhythm like other people that you know? So after having a long day of others and even yourself judge and critique how you do things, let's take a minute to think about how we would feel. How did these words of judgment and critique impact how we feel about our work, ourselves, and maybe even how we think? The thing is, judging and being critical of others is almost innate to us as human beings. When adults speak with one another, we're a little bit more mindful of when we are judgmental. But when we speak to young children, judgment can very easily just flow out of our mouths, and we barely notice it. We judge what they wear, we judge what they say, how they do things, and how they think. One reason why it's so difficult to pinpoint or see how we are judging children is because it's often under the guise of wanting the children to become better, wanting them to learn, wanting them to grow up. Unfortunately, when we do this with a judgmental posture, it stifles children in being able to develop and understand who they are, and then take that understanding to propel them forward, to build upon the potential that was already there. When we see children doing things that make us wonder, make us when we see children doing things that we don't necessarily agree with, or we're not okay with, or they make us wonder, instead of judging them and trying to correct them, what we can do is nudge them and say words that help them think about what they're doing, and then decide how they want to respond to the things that we are noticing. This way, we're not judging them, which has negative effects. Rather, we're gently nudging them and helping them to think critically, helping them to understand themselves more, which then has a positive effect. But we say things like, it looks like you're really focused on your food. I wonder what you're thinking. Then we're letting them know that, one, they are taking quite a while to eat, but two, we're not rushing them to finish. Instead, we're trying to understand why it's taking so long and how we can support them to possibly eat faster. Ultimately, our goal is for children to not judge and critique for judging and critique's sake. Rather, to take this mindset as a way to help them understand the world, understand themselves, and understand how they can watch, think, be.